Good morning. Welcome to another episode of sporadic ramblings of a middle-aged man in Lycra. I guess the question on my mind today is new bike day or upgrade. I recently ventured into the local bike shop, just window shopping, and just comparing the bike that I have now to 2020 Roubaix Comp, and I have to say I'm more than happy with it. Wouldn't really want for anything else, but to get something of an equal spec, or a similar spec at least, was nigh on twice the price that I paid for this 2 years ago. So I opted for the upgrade route, and today really is the first ride after a couple of false starts of testing all the new upgrades. So what have I done? Firstly, sold a load of stuff on eBay to fund said upgrades, and then went shopping list in hand to my local cycle shop. If anybody's interested, that's Cycle Revolution in Colchester. They tend to deal with road bikes. Always great service there, and always bought all my bikes from there. So I've changed my group set. I upgraded from a 3-year-old manual Ultegra 8150, I believe, to the new 105 12-speed. I figured that a 3-year-old Ultegra is going to be probably similar to a brand new 105. Plus I get the electronic shifting, and in any case the front electronic shifter is last year's Ultegra model, so it's one Tour de France. It can't be that bad. Not saying that I'm going to win a Tour de France with it though. Second upgrade of the wheels. I opted for a set of reserve 40/44s, all carbon, and as the name would suggest, they are 40mm deep on the front and 44mm deep on the rear, the rims. Interestingly, the front rim is slightly narrower than the back rim. Apparently that gives marginal aerodynamic benefits. I'm not sure as I'd noticed the aerodynamic benefits, but can certainly feel a difference while riding them. I'll talk about that a little later. And let's be honest, they do look kind of cool. I think they look kind of cool anyway. Thirdly, I had a bit of an eyesight scare. I was diagnosed with high eye pressure, which can lead to glaucoma. So I had a few tests. That's all clear, fortunately. But the optician did advise that I don't ride in non-prescription cycling glasses. So the eagle-eyed amongst you will probably spot the new sunglasses prescription. I can see where I'm going and everything now. It's awesome. And coupled with that, I really needed a larger display on my bike computer. And I had a Wahoo Bolt Element version 1 now for many years. Served me well, but I've upgraded to the new Roam version 2. Plenty of colour and nice and big, so I can actually see it. I didn't go for the Garmin simply because I'm already into the Wahoo ecosystem, like what it does. So we'll see how that works on today's ride as well. The final change I've made is a maintenance one. So previously I used muck off chain loops, wet and dry chain loops, but I noticed increasingly they were getting more and more bad press, basically because the lube itself becomes harder and harder to remove and clean and ends up gunking the chain. I mean, how true that is and whether your average Joe would notice or not, I don't know. But I decided to try waxing, as in waxing the chain, not legs or anything else. So to that end, I invested in a bottle of Squirt. Makes me laugh every time I say it. bit of a faff to clean the chain down, get all the factory lubricant off of it, but apparently once that's done, by applying Squirt every few hundred kilometers as you would a normal chain lube, chain stays clean. Now, I've ridden indoors with it, obviously the chain has stayed clean. This is my first outdoor ride with it. I've not applied anything since the initial application, so we'll see what it's like when we get home. I do know wet muck off is grim. You'll end up with proper greasy hands if you try and deal with that without gloves on. Drop it off the edge of the world, baby. That's probably not everybody's view of Essex, given the likes of Towie and the other TV and related press that this county gets, but beautiful in places, absolutely beautiful. Well, almost at the end of what will be a just over 50-kilometre ride, 52, 53, something like that. Not the fastest in the world, quite leisurely, given that I'm recording, but really one of the upgrades. I've got to be honest, I absolutely love them. It is like having a new bike. I think the wheels probably make the biggest difference. I'd like to say for road feel, obviously. They pick up quicker, the bike's a little more responsive. Are there any performance gains? Probably. Am I going to see much of those performance gains? Not on a ride like this, but maybe if I was gunning as hard as I could, possibly. We'll have to go and try and beat a few Strava segments without trying and see how that pans out. Di2, love it again. Lazy man's gear changing, really. It doesn't have the tactile clunk of mechanical, obviously, which you'd hope would be a thing, but certainly it just feels slicker. It all just feels a little tighter and a little slicker. You know, that combined with the wheels, new tyres, all the rest of it, just feels like a slicker package. And I think when pushed, it will absolutely be blinding to ride. It's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great today, but I think it will be blinding to ride. Bike computer, not much to say about that really. It's a bike computer. Bigger display, like I said, plenty of colours. Keeps me informed. I guess I'll get more out of that the more I try it. I know there's some new whizzy climbing features and things like that to try out, but as you've heard me say plenty of times, Essex is pretty flat, so I don't suppose we'll get to use that too often. That said, there's a Pyrenees trip that I'm taking part in towards the end of June, so maybe I'll come into its own then. We'll see. I'll report back. Glasses, well, yeah, they're glasses. I can see now. Awesome. Woohoo! Really, that's it for today. I'm going to carry on riding. I need to keep on getting my distances up. I've got the London 100 at the end of May, so a little over 6 weeks away now, which is a bit scary. 100 miles should be eminently doable. and I think probably, assuming there's not too many hold-ups like there were last year, then a sub, I want to say a sub 5:45 should be possible, probably, without too much effort. Again, perfectly flat course, so not too horrific. And then of course the Pyrenees in June, which I'm absolutely looking forward to. I'll report back on the Squirt and how dry or how wet the chain is, or how grubby the chain is. I'm obviously not going to do it when I'm riding along, but we'll see how that goes. And I really think that's it. So thank you very much for watching again. If you've enjoyed the sporadic ramblings of a middle-aged man in Lycra, I think I missed something of a catchphrase, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, click the bell, all the good stuff. And they really are sporadic, as you probably can see from the frequency between publishing videos, but I enjoy doing it. Hey ho, if you enjoy listening, then thanks very much for coming on the ride. Okay, I've got to go. I shall see you all again soon. Bye bye. So I don't know if you can see, but the chain looks clean enough. I mean, it looks like it's covered in wax, but that's fine. Yep, and hardly anything on my finger at all. Look, on a dry day, I guess the tail will be on a wet day, but looks like Squirt is doing its thing quite successfully. So happy days. We'll see how it copes in the wet sometime, I guess. Maybe a long time coming. I'm a bit of a fair weather rider, as you know. Anyway, with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you again sometime in the future.